What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Smackdown Live.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching going in the Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson. We tape it live for the Twitch audience at twitch.tv/Steven Larson. Go follow us there. And then, of course, we're also available in the audio realm. If you got a commute, if you're going out on a jog, if you're at the gym getting jacked, pause those fresh jams and put on some Going In Raw instead.
There you
so you
go.
don't have to look at our ugly mugs. So anyways, and then, of course, we also got Friendo Club TV today on our bonus channel. We had a Vintage 10 for the win. Top 10 food games, Larson.
Yeah, well, currently, right now, as we're recording this, it's only available for YouTube channel members because that's the only place I upload it first. Once we're done, it'll be up for patrons and Twitch subs.
Awesome. Very cool. So there's that. And then earlier in the week, of course, we had Pin, Lose, or Draw, our drawing contest we do with our Friendo Club members.
Yes.
We also power ranked the top 5 times Undertaker should have retired.
Yeah.
Or could have retired, I guess. So, yeah, it's all fun stuff. We had, I think, a couple of other episodes as well. Oh, we also power ranked for Ask Steven Larson, top movie Batman.
It's true.
Yeah, man. Anyways, we went the extra mile on that one, too. We did not just top movie Batman.
There was a lot of power rank in that particular episode.
But top Bruce Wayne's movie Bruce Wayne's.
We did some other
Not
power
the
rankings
same
there,
thing.
too.
Not the same thing.
No.
Anyways.
No.
So, I'm really not sure what I'm going to put. I guess you'll find out when you watch this on YouTube what I'm going to put in the thumbnail to this episode. I mean, should we go with probably the most positive thing about the episode, which was this amazing, fantastic Mania-level match between Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles? I can't imagine what the crowd would be like if they had seen this in front of 7,000.
I guess the other option would be P, right?
P would be the other option. What do you want to talk about first, man?
I want to know how Jeff Hardy, even in kayfabe, managed to pee that much and it be that dark yellow.
So,
That boggles the mind.
the science of hydration is this. If you're dehydrated, you're not going to pee that much, and your pee is going to be super yellow.
Yes.
There was like, Jesus, how many ounces would you say? 16?
That was like a half gallon of pee, man.
It was
And it looked like apple juice.
It was like a quarter gallon. It was like a quarter gallon.
And it looked like apple juice.
And yeah,
So-
it probably was.
So it probably was.
I mean, they
so
could
if
have
he pees
watered
that
it
much-
down.
I know. I know. It's like he's got like a horse bladder or something, you know?
Here's the thing.
If he's holding that much water in him and it's that dark yellow, that's like his mutant power is giant bladder.
I
I
love
don't even
that
know if horses have huge bladders.
I love that we just dove right into this. So, like, yeah, this didn't make
I
any
don't know if horses have
sense.
huge bladders.
This dude peed a ton of, like, just filthy, disgusting, dark yellow pee. It was like soup.
Yes.
This was disgusting.
Oh, here we go. A horse typically produce. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
A horse's pee stream can last up to 30 seconds.
Okay, here's the thing. I've had 30-second long pees before.
Yeah, I
it
have
usually happens in the morning if I drink a lot of
So
water.
hold on. Horses typically produce several quarts of pee every 4 hours. So that's 1.5 to 2 gallons per day. So if that, okay, that seemed like they can hold a lot of pee.
Okay, but here's the thing though. The level. So it wouldn't. It's funny. It looks like you're drinking right now.
Oh yeah.
Like watching a man pee live on TV is one thing. Like you feel bad for Jeff Hardy, the character.
Yeah.
That he has to do this, right? In kayfabe, he does this. What you feel more bad for him though is the embarrassment of having, because here's the thing, being so dehydrated, I'm embarrassed for him This was embarrassing that he was so. And was this a Vince thing? I want it. Look, it needs to be more yellow.
Well, he probably wants it to like translate in TV. It's like they gotta know this is pee, so make it yellow, 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 like super dark pea yellow. I to a degree I understand that, but that's the case. Don't have doctor walk out with jar that's that large.
How did nobody break
thick around? You know,
how did nobody laugh there? Like I would be if I'm sitting there with like the doctor, the prop doctor guy, and we do this thing or like rehearsals or whatever. I don't know when this was decided. If I did in rehearsals, I'd be dead laughing, which would make me laugh later during this filming it. And then if I'm sitting there, and this doctor has this giant half-gallon of deep yellow,
and
like rust-colored pee.
His hand did it for a good 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
Like, how is Sheamus seeing this behind Jeff Hardy not laughing the entire time?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, man. And the doctor was like all in Jeff Hardy's business when he was peeing. So anyways, let's just get into this,
like,
man.
To be fair, when you get I think like when if you're in a sort of a pro sports thing, I think when you get you have to take a pee test, there's gonna be someone like when you interview for a job and you do your pee test. You can't go in the bathroom by yourself, right?
I did.
Like, you can go into a stall. Really? I've only been pee tested once, and I believe one of the dudes that worked there was in the bathroom, not in the stall with me, obviously, but in the bathroom with me to make sure I didn't do any funny business, like fill the thing up with water or something like that.
I'm trying to remember. My memory is notoriously bad. I'm trying to remember what my pee test was for, and I honestly don't remember. I don't remember. I remember I remember it not being the most. It definitely wasn't as intrusive as what I saw tonight, where that doctor seemed to be holding it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me touch your member. Here,
hey, Mr. Sinister in chat here says Jeff Hardy drinks a lot of energy drinks because that was the yellow. Maybe he's on antibiotics. that makes your pee all sorts of weird colors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I've been on animated like, or I was like I had like a vitamin. I was on like a vitamin, like a multivitamin.
Yeah,
it made it smell weird,
like bright neon green.
There you go. He used a stack or two.
Mm. There you go.
So, anyways, to kick things off. So, Gary Cassidy, I think, who writes for Sportskeeda, broke that this was going to happen. So we were sort of we were expecting this, and it was not. It was more than I thought that it was going to be like a little cup that he was going to throw.
Yeah, because usually you get take a urine sample. It's a cup about that large.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this
and
was
you
like
gotta be really careful handling it. Because you got to wash your hands.
This was it was a mason jar size.
It was larger than that.
It was like at the 12 ounce.
No, it was larger than that.
You think so?
It was that tall.
Yeah.
It was about that thick around.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. It was huge.
It was enormous, and Hardy filled it up 3/4 of the way to the top.
Yeah.
That was at least a half gallon of pee. And for it to be that dark, that dude's might have some serious kidney issues.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't be cleared based on that. He should probably be like, hey, when she came into Sheamus, when he showed up and Sheamus was in the bathroom, like wiping it off, he should have been like, hey, so here's the thing. Good news, bad news. Bad news is for you, Jeff Hardy is clean. He's, it came back negative. The bad news is he still isn't cleared because he has massive organ failure, given the color and viscosity of his urine.
Yes. Yeah.
So exactly. Renee Young started out hosting this thing. Sheamus shows up with a doctor and a bunch of security guards, one of which was a jobber on Raw. On NXT, sorry, to Inda Share. I think, or was it Raw? No, it was Inda Share, I think. I think they fought Inda Share. I think. Yeah. Anyways.
Okay.
He was there.
Sheamus brought with him like a little square, like a privacy curtain, essentially. So Jeff Hardy, he can go and urinate behind that curtain and have a measure of privacy while he takes the pee test.
Yeah. So, anyways, Sheamus wants some assurances before he signs the contract. That's what he says. He's like, he's convinced the WWE because he's not sure if Hardy is going to be hepped up on booze or pills. He convinces WWE that in the interest of safety, for everybody's safety, Jeff Hardy has. I mean, why didn't he just say that he saw
Victory Road 2011?
Victory Road, yeah. Hardy has to take a piss test, and if he fails, he'll be in trouble. And of course, no match at Backlash. And
no match.
Jeff Hardy says, "I'm Jeff Hardy, and I am an alcoholic. And if that's what I have to do to get my match, I'll do it." He talks about going to meetings, how he talks about having let everybody down in these meetings. He's sick and tired of being sick and tired. His demons are starving. His demons are oh, okay, because they're okay. And sometimes being in the ring with a bastard like him wants him Sheamus makes him wants to feed him. But he'll do the piss test so he can get his hands on Sheamus.
So the doctor is going to administer a rapid test with immediate results. I don't even know if that's the thing. Sheamus said, "I even paid for it," and Sheamus says to Renee, "Hey, at this point you could probably go because it looks like Jeff's having some stage fright." So Hardy and the doctor go behind the little curtain thing, and Sheamus talks to the camera, kind of giving a public service announcement while Hardy micturates. And then Jeff and the doctor emerge, and again, it's just a massive jar full of dark yellow pee. It's so dark. It is so dark.
Yeah.
And then Sheamus asks Jeff if he has anything to say. He goes on a big thing, and which culminates in him just say no. Jeff says it's better sometimes to be pissed off than pissed on, although they bleeped out the second half of that.
Yeah.
Hardy tosses a jar full of pee at Sheamus, signs the contract, leaves. Sheamus in the ring, try not to puke, tosses the table, all while the crowd chants, "You got pissed on."
Some of which was bleeped out as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. So yeah. I don't know, man. I mean,
this type of stuff on Raw.
Based on, I know. I'm so torn on this kind of stuff because based on our conversation, and I was chuckling throughout this, I ask myself, is this what I want for my wrestling?
Yeah.
Probably.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Bobby Shriv here in chat said they missed a perfect opportunity for Jeff to say, "Hey, Sheamus, this Sunday, you're in trouble."
Hey, Sheamus, you're in trouble. That's good. I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, continue.
I don't know, man. This stuff, it makes me laugh. I'm entertained. It's stupid as hell, and it's a terrible. I mean, for the nerds of us who pay attention to the backstage stuff, WWE announced that we've been talking about this on News Brief, of course. Pritchard, the head writer of SmackDown, is taken over for Raw as well, and Paul Heyman is out. A lot of people are upset about that because Heyman was trying to build new stars, and Bruce Pritchard has deep rust-colored pee being thrown at one of his superstars on his show. So I don't know, man. Look, this is horrible. It's terrible. At the same time, I couldn't help but laugh, and I'm not hating too much on it. It was, I think, honestly, if it wasn't for the deep, dark, and viscosity of the pee and the amount of it, maybe I'd be less entertained. But that element made me laugh.
It's something to talk about, nothing else.
If nothing else.
Nothing else. If nothing else. So after we go to commercial, come back. Sheamus is in the bathroom doing his best to take a sink bath, bathing himself best he can with a sink, rinsing his mouth out with mouthwash. Doctor comes in, tells him that Jeff Hardy, his pee was clean. And then Sheamus nearly pukes, throws a fit, tells the doctor to leave. We get a match, New Day versus Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, of course, with Jackson Riker going off on Twitter. And his stablemates having to kind of back away from him a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks like Forgotten Sons are off television for the time being.
Yeah.
And Cesaro and Nakamura are looking to be the top contenders of the tag title, so of course they won this bout. Mm-hmm. Before we get to the finish, though, man, Kofi, Big E, awesome. When they made their entrance, got in the ring, took a knee, raised the fist. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Really good stuff. It was awesome. Yeah. And of course, in this case, it looks like The next challengers for their titles will, in fact, be Cesaro and Shinsuke because they picked up the win here. And it was actually a really fun... This is kind of an interesting finish here. Kofi goes for a frog splash on Nakamura. Nakamura hits him with a knee and covered him for the
gut.
win.
Yeah,
yeah. It was kind of an awkward looking finish, but I kind of liked it. I'm into that, man. I'm tired of. I'm all in on Cody and how he approaches matches. Just do whatever seems like it's coolest. Don't worry about your finisher.
Oh, I agree.
Just do what's coolest.
I mean, I don't feel like people have to win their finisher all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think, and you can have an opportunistic victory outside of a surprise roll-up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Next, Heavy Machinery backstage. Tucky is back. So,
yeah.
Otis has it's not really a blindfold. What do they call those? Sleep masks. Seems to put your eyes up to sleep.
Sleep mask, yeah.
Yeah. So Tucky tells him, you can't just rely on your eyes. You have to develop and hone your other senses. So he puts things in front of his nose, and so he can smell like there's a hamburger and a couple other things. And then Mandy comes up, gives him a kiss. Of course, Otis, he can't see. He thinks it's Tucky. He says that's like an interesting way to motivate me.
That was pretty. That was a really good like deadpan delivery. Tucky, I appreciate the motivation, but I'm not sure now is the hey Mandy, oh yeah.
So he takes the sleep mask off, and she's like, hey, I just want to wish you luck, and gives him the briefcase. Say, don't forget about this. And Tucky tells Otis that should the opportunity present itself, our tag team partner tonight, Braun Strowman, Universal Champion. Hey, cash in, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're interrupted by Jeff Hardy and Sheamus brawling backstage.
Tucky really seemed to be giving it the extra stank tonight. He looks in great shape, by the way, too.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll keep him around, man. I like this idea. I don't know why they have a problem with third wheels, man. They had Rusev Day. They got rid of Rusev Day when you had the Aiden English third wheel.
I know.
That was a bummer. Just keep them around. Keep Tucky around. He's great. He's good. I like him.
I know. I mean, what they did with Rusev Day was a huge missed opportunity. Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
For sure. After that, we had, so they're interrupted by Hardy and Sheamus brawling backstage. They're pulled apart. Jessica, what's the ref's name? Jessica
Carr.
Yeah. She was there to pull apart. Devon Dudley was there to pull apart. So I like that. They're continuing on the.
And we saw Adam Pearce later on the show too.
Yeah.
Next, Corey narrates a pretty fun Intercontinental title retrospective, hyping us up for the match, which really should have been the main event tonight. I still don't understand why that wasn't the main event. Because it was next.
Yeah, there's no disagreement there. Yeah. Everything afterwards was so forgettable. It was so forgettable. It was like, why are we still watching? That match was exhausting and great and awesome and all that stuff.
Wouldn't it be cool if instead of running that whole retrospective about the IC title, they'd run it bit by bit throughout the show to build the hype up for that match as the main event?
Yeah, I know. That would be awesome.
Cool.
That'd have been great.
Been cool.
I don't know why I don't know why this was the case. I don't know why they didn't make this the main event. It's weird.
It wasn't like there was a huge story beat at the end of the main event.
I really wonder if they're really going to try to... Orton and Edge are really going to try to like have a great wrestling match. I have no idea if one has anything to do with the other. I'm just saying, like, if this match main evented tonight, and that's the last thing people think of or people see before we go into Backlash, where that match takes place. I mean, it'll be like, well, this match isn't as good as. I mean, that's the only thing I think of. I don't know. Yeah, I'm reaching. I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, this match was great. I mean, we don't have to really go through the entire thing. The story essentially was, this was kind of interesting because for the first big chunk of this match, look, it was just terrific wrestling, but Daniel Bryan was really targeting AJ's arm. He was like bending in all sorts of different directions, and it was like, man, if I went into this match cold, I think Daniel Bryan was the heel here.
I know. And that was one thing the commentary kept on saying, is like, Daniel Bryan has a very calm, friendly demeanor, but he's got a lot of aggression in him when he's in the ring. he was doing like the Shayna arm stomp.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some Danielson stomps.
Yeah, he did that Shayna thing several times.
Twice. Once on the apron too.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was. I mean, like early on, it was kind of a reversal of roles because AJ was working over Daniel Bryan's arm, and Daniel Bryan was going after AJ's leg. And then after a commercial break, they started working the body parts you normally associate them working because AJ calf crusher works the leg. Daniel Bryan yes lock works upper body arm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tons of fun. There were several sequences where there was a lot of really great back and forth roll ups, technical stuff. Just tons of fun, and they gave it about a half hour.
They gave it a
little bit
ton.
longer.
They gave it a lot of time. Yeah, it was. Dude, this was what, man. This was seriously like a top 4 level pay-per-view main event type match. This was so good, and I just, again, when things like this happen, it's like, man, a crowd really should have been here for this. Towards the finish, Daniel Bryan had himself in position to take a Styles Clash. He rolls up, he reverses it, rolls up a jackknife pin the way Gulak won against AJ Styles, but AJ Styles was able to kick out, and then we start to head towards the finish.
Yeah.
Bryan goes into an ankle lock, transitions to a German suplex. AJ kicks out of that.
Yeah, German suplexes. That was great.
Yeah. So the finish saw Bryan locking a yes lock. AJ got to the ropes. Bryan hits some Danielson stomps. Backs up because AJ's recovering in the corner. But Bryan backs up in the other corner. Goes for the knee plus. AJ catches him into Styles Clash position. Hits it. Can't make the cover. Rolls very slowly towards the outside of the ring. Pulls himself up the ropes. Hits a phenomenal forearm. And gets the pin that way. Just stellar stuff. I mean, we could run down a lot more, but honestly, just watch the damn thing. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. After the match, AJ had an interview, and he said he's the best WWE champion the WWE Universe has ever seen. He is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After that, we had a Braun, Miz Morrison recap from the week prior, and then we get a Braun promo, which Steve loved.
I literally texted you because this was so bizarre. It was, didn't you? This was weird.
His demeanor at the beginning was far too pleasant. He's like, "Hey, there's a lot going on here on the show tonight. You have Hardy and Sheamus, Braun all over the place. You got this, you got that, and hey, still the main event's still to come. Speaking of which, Miz and Morrison promised to give me hell." And once he transitioned to talking about Miz and Morrison, it got better. But I don't get why in the beginning he had such he was told before camera started rolling, "Hey, make sure you smile."
It felt like an after school PSA.
This is what it felt like. It felt like he was hosting some video thing at an amusement park. They run before the ride.
Wow, that's perfect. Yeah,
that's what it felt like.
That's perfect. That's exactly what it did. Hey kids, do you like big rides? Oh, you've been through a lot already. You're totally
kids.
Right. Hey kids.
So, anyways, as he got going and gotten through the weird introductory part of the promo, which they just should have cut out. I don't get why they had that all in there. He said, "Yeah, I can fix my windshield on my car, but they won't be able to fix Miz and Morrison after I'm done with them." And he says, "Hey, don't think I forgot, Otis, about what happened a couple weeks back when you kind of teased the cash in on me. If you've seen what I can do," and essentially he warns Otis, "Don't you even think about cashing in."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no problem obliterating heavy machinery. See you later, kids. Have a good ride. After that, we had Sasha and Bailey's tag title celebration. Man, Shotzi Blackheart is in the freaking crowd.
Yeah.
Isn't she challenging along with Tegan Nox for those tag titles like next week?
That's correct. But here's the thing. The NXT audience for these main roster shows exist in a completely different universe than NXT. As
they
in main roster seemingly
not.
I know, but that's the way they're approaching things, where you have heels in NXT rooting for faces on main roster. I kind of feel like as someone who watches NXT on a regular basis, you're insulting my intelligence. I know the stories going on in NXT. And the same thing with this. Shotzi and Tegan Nox are challenging for those tag titles on Wednesday. Yeah, have her hop the barricade and join in the fight. Why not?
Yeah.
Bring a little attention to NXT.
I know. I like Vince is mad about NXT ratings, right? What better opportunity than by doing what you just said?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Acknowledge the storylines in NXT.
Yeah.
Don't have NXT heels root for faces. Have Shotzi jump the barricade, join on that fight. You can say, oh, by the way, Shotzi and Tegan Nox taking on whoever the tag champs are after Backlash.
Or, dude, just have the camera has focused in on Shotzi several times. Have them put it on her at several times during the segment, and have Cole mention that she's in going to be in a tag title match. It's easy.
Okay, there's two things. They aren't NXT superstars or performance center prospects. That's what Kevin Dunn says.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? Then they need to get rid of her. They need to get rid of probably Jessamine Duke.
Chelsea Green was in the crowd tonight.
Yeah. No way. She was?
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
They had a shot of her reacting to something.
Oh, my God.
Because
most of the people, I don't know who they are. Take out the ones that
Be Wonderful says the plexiglass is a force field that separates the NXT from the WWE universe.
Yeah, it's like a rift in space-time. It's the negative zone.
Lionheart says Dexter Loomis was in the crowd too.
That's probably Ridge Holland.
I mean, as long as he was just standing there, doing his thing, that's fine.
That'd be great if they should. Yeah,
he should not be reacting to anything.
No, he shouldn't.
Anyways, this Sasha.
Did you ever watch the intro that I cut together?
No, I need to watch that.
Oh, it's so good.
So Sasha and Bailey, they have this tag team celebration. They come out, drop a promo. Bailey says, there's a saying, lonely at the top. When you're untouchable like her, the most dominant champion, it can be lonely. But she's not lonely because she's got Sasha. And Sasha says, we told you so. We are the role models. We are the leaders. We are not liars. Sasha said that they'd win the titles back when they wanted to, and they did that. They've done everything together, and together they are unstoppable. And Bailey says, hey, Sasha, I got a poem I wrote for you to express how I feel. And she's getting out of her pockets, about to read it. Alexa and Nikki Cross come to the ring. They just want to join in the party, apparently.
Yeah.
They love a good party.
I like parties.
Yeah, parties could be fun.
They could be
the
fun.
Iconics show up on the Tron, and they say they have a message for Sasha and Bailey. Their time as champion ends at Backlash. And then they suggest they drop some truth on them too, some facts, like they beat them for the tag titles at Mania and so on and so forth, beat them up, or beat both Alexa and Nikki. And then they stood tall on Raw. And then they said, also, we suggest, Sasha and Bailey, you don't turn your backs on Alexa and Nikki. And of course, they turn around. Alexa and Nikki attack Sasha and Bailey, send them out of the ring.
Yeah. I know I said this last week. She gets on some people's nerves. I think she's doing a good job. Bailey's great. Yeah, Bailey is so great. When they splashed her to the ground, she did a straight up Chris Jericho and said, "You stupid idiots."
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. That was great. Did you see that shoot Judas effect on Twitter that was making rounds?
No.
Somebody, I'll send it to you. There's like security cam footage of like this older guy like getting in this younger dude's face, like just yapping at him, and the younger guy just does like this elbow, like he spins around, gives him a Judas effect, lays the guy out.
Wow.
And then all the replies are like, now you got to pin him. And somebody sent it to Jericho, and he just like laughed and said, "Wrecked him," something like that. It was good stuff.
Next, we had a Miz and Morrison interview. Kind of, they just quickly tossed to a new music video. We get 2 shots, and then they did the film rip thing, and we get Braun's entrance, which is got a lot more flashing lights involved now, rather than just his name kind of slowly moving back and forth on the Tron. It's got the train and all that, but there's also a bunch of like orange lights and all sorts of other stuff going on.
It was like it was like seizure inducing.
Yeah, kind of.
Did he have the train in his Tron before?
Yeah.
That's been there for a while, hadn't it?
Yeah, it's been there for a few weeks.
Okay. It was punctuated by all the lights and steam and stuff. So
I'm surprised they don't have a little sound effect going, choo choo.
Oh, I was thinking that. He needs to do that. He needs to come out and start doing this.
Yeah.
Choo choo. Choo choo.
Walk down the ring like this.
Exactly.
And then we got another Matt Riddle video package. He's making his debut on SmackDown next week. And I hope he gets to say debut.
His debut. Yeah, that's awesome. My name is Matthew Riddle. Yeah,
next week I'm making my debut.
That's going to be good. Bro.
And then our main event, Braun and Heavy Machinery versus Miz Morrison and Dolph. Early on, there's this great bit where Tucky tries to do a backdrop of John Morrison. And I was worried at first for Morrison because he came off that backdrop kind of weird. I thought, oh, man, he's going to hurt his leg. No, he landed on his feet.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that before because he landed on his feet. Most people, when they flip out of a backdrop, they just land flat on their feet and they have to turn around and do something. He landed on his feet, ready to hit a move right away. There's no turning around.
John Morrison's rad, dude.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's really cool.
So
he's Boone.
He goes for like a springboard arm drag instead. Tucky just destroys him with a slam. That was actually a really good sequence.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
However, later on, Tucky has Dolph up for a suplex, and Corbin shows up at the Tron. And Tucky does like the slowest release of that suplex I've ever seen. He just kind of gently lets Dolph down.
Mm-hmm.
So Barrett's backstage. He's walking up to Mandy. And as soon as Otis sees that, he sprints backstage. And Corbin goes up to Mandy and goes, I want to talk to you about Otis stealing my crown and stretching it out with his fat head. Was this your idea? And Mandy's like, hey, we're just trying to have some fun. And Baron goes on about how she's fantasizing about being with him, about being with the king.
I love in their universe, we've all, including the wrestlers, have seen her actual fantasy filmed on video. Isn't that crazy?
I know. So Otis attacks Baron, go to commercial, and come back. Tucky's isolated until he flings Morrison out of the ring, pushes Miz off while he's trying to do a figure four, and then hits an enziguri on Dolph. Goes for the hot tag to Braun. Miz and Morrison run around, pull Braun off the apron, and then lay into him with a bunch of moves in quick succession. And then Dolph rams Tucky into the turnbuckle as Otis returns to ringside with Mandy. Tucky kicks Dolph, gets a hot tag to Otis. He goes on a run, just tosses Dolph out of the ring. He says to Braun, shoulder tackle time. He does so, puts Dolph back in, and as soon as Dolph is in the ring, Otis is in mid-caterpillar, hits it for the win.
Yeah.
You know, we talked recently about Otis's half shirt and why that's a problem for you, taking him seriously. I honestly feel like nothing's more a problem for me taking him seriously when the caterpillars is finished.
Yeah. It's all part of the same problem. He's got a variety of things that can keep us from taking him seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I honestly think that it's going to be the Money in the Bank thing is going to be a big, like, you know, I don't know. He'll try to cash in. The Fiend's going to interfere, and that's going to be it.
They'll use it as a story beat for something else rather than him actually getting that title.
I'd be surprised if they even did that. Well, yeah, for something else like the Fiend.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably try because, I mean, they've been teasing him and Braun, him cashing in on Braun quite a bit.
Wow, he jacked that guy with that elbow.
I know, right? It's great.
Oof, man, that landed flush too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's hard to not watch it many times.
Yeah, this is number 3 for me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I wonder what that guy was saying to him. Let's answer some questions.
Sure.
I've got the Patreon up here. Christopher Rappersod. Since Triple H is out of creative for Raw, will Vince start burying Asuka? Oh, I didn't read this in my Christopher Rappersod voice. Hey, Steven Larson. Since Triple H is out of creative for Raw, will Vince start burying Asuka just to put belts on Charlotte Flair? And will we see Apollo lose because Vince never liked Triple H guys? That's a pretty heavy statement there, Christopher.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, golly, I've got this freaking, like, Arn right now. I got a burp in here. I got some gas in here, dude. No.
Waffle House menu to defend yourself, cool yourself off, man.
I think that Triple H is not out of creative. I think that he probably still has a heavy hand in creative. I don't see Asuka. I don't see them really taking that title off Asuka anytime soon.
Well, no, I feel like at this, especially now, if whether Vince liked Asuka or not in the past, I think he probably does now, based on what she's done in the Empty Arena era. She's been on every show. She's had matches basically every week. She has been the MVP for WWE of the empty arena era.
I don't think they would have done something as big as they did with Becky and her, and Becky literally like passing off that title. I don't think they would have done the Money in the Bank match with Asuka winning that if Vince wasn't completely on board. I don't think that he had to be convinced of that one. I think Paul Heyman, you know, as we've read, Paul Heyman had to convince Vince of several things. Apollo in the U.S. title might be one of them. I know Vince seems like he was always a huge Andrade fan. Oh, that felt better.
Oh, good.
But Asuka, I don't think is one of them. I really don't. I think that Vince really likes Asuka.
Yeah, I think so too. Dang MQ asks, so the SmackDown hacker was dropped? Yeah,
the SmackDown hacker will return when it is convenient for the SmackDown hacker to return. And I don't know if we'll ever know who the SmackDown hacker actually is.
Yeah. Dang MQ also said, I laughed at the slow-mo of Dolph, Miz, and Morrison. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Because Miz was out of position. He was in the front.
Damn it, I'll have to go back and watch that. I kind of want to see that.
Dolph's just like, oh, I got to do something, turned around and does this with his jacket. Well, Morrison does that.
That's funny. Alex Foster, can we get some indication Mustafa Ali is still around? He's been my favorite since he was on 205 Live. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to see him on TV. I saw him on Twitter talking about his experience as a cop. And
yeah, he just had an interview with SI about that.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. That was some pretty heavy stuff he was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish Mustafa Ali was on TV. He's fantastic.
Yep.
He's fantastic. Gareth Nicholas, do Dolph, Miz, and Morrison make the perfect Christian rock trio? They all look like semi-accomplished musicians.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sleazy Mo, what's the likelihood that when Elias gets back, he'll seek revenge on Sheamus for hitting him with a car? He should. 100% he should.
But it's going to be several months. Apparently that torn pec is legit.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah, he'd be out for months.
All right. That's a bummer.
Anthony asked, what would be the name of the Miz, Morrison, and Dolph band? What should their name be?
Their name
should be Christian rock trio.
Their name should be Burp That Won't Want to Come Out. God damn.
My gosh. You need a Tums, man.
I know I do. Read a question.
Sorry. I was trying to think of a name. Anthony, with Pritchard in charge, who gets peed on first on Raw? What leads to it?
Who gets peed on first?
Yeah.
Peed on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
either. Well, since it's on cable, maybe they'll go one further than pee. Maybe they'll go the duty.
They'll do the doo-doo.
Go to poop.
They'll do a caca. They'll do caca on somebody.
Omega Advent says, hey, Steve, good edit for the Dexter Loomis intro. I suppose I should watch it.
Thank you. Look at Hugo Longheavy. I'm not even going to read this, but this is why you need to be in the Twitch chat. Look at Hugo Longheavy. Charlie Caruso. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Let's see here. Dog Authority figure. Oh, that's interesting. He says, are the Forgotten Sons being kept on TV for Riker's comments, or did Vince get bored of them already? I think it's because of his comments. The fact that they had the New Day make that gesture tonight means that at least they understand where the winds are blowing right now, and they're willing to go along with it because they think it's good for their business, because that's how the WWE operates. I mean, didn't Stephanie McMahon even have a quote about how, yeah, you know, what's really good for your business is, you know, being heavily involved in charity. I mean, that's their...
This was years ago. I think the quote was, what was it?
It was like altruism is good for your business or something like that?
It was something like the best PR is philanthropy.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Something like that. This was years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also interesting. Dog Authority figure says, fun fact, the Forgotten Sons don't have their own Wikipedia page.
It's not surprising.
It's on brand.
Yeah, no. Gareth Nicholas, did you see the hacker-type glitch on the screen when Otis rushed Corbin? Yeah, I think this because he bumped the cameraman. That was the implication. I don't think...
I like that they kayfabe the camera, though. Baron Corbin said, here, don't get too close, but follow me. I like that. Nemo, when we watch pre-film matches, how much match do you think we missed during commercials? Not a lot. But probably the same amount as we usually do.
Yeah, I'm sure they worked that into the rundown of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because typically when they do a live show, that's all worked into the rundown.
Christopher also said AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan felt like a New Japan match. Yes or no? I that's kind of what I was thinking at the time. I was like, I don't know what else they'd do in New Japan if these two were there, because this is damn
like
good.
Top rope dragon suplex. Flats 3. Who takes the briefcase off of Otis? He seems doomed with it.
Yeah, he does seem kind of doomed with it. He does. I don't think they're gonna build this guy, man. I really don't. They can't.
No.
What are they gonna do with him? Oh yeah.
Oh
Somebody's just gonna walk up to Otis. Hey Otis, it's a cool briefcase. Can I have it? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Take the briefcase.
I'm coming to give you briefcase.
Let's see here.
iStream 2K is the IC title now the de facto top title in WWE. Who should AJ's first feud for the belt be against?
Man, I really hope that video package means that they're gonna go back to having that be like a really important workhorse title.
If that was the case, that match would have made event of the show.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They make you feel like this. They make you feel like it's important, and they have it not even kick off the second hour.
Yeah, but it was a really long match. It was a really long match.
I understand that, but if you want to make that match and that belt feel important, have it main event the damn show.
Oh yeah, yeah, but the IC title wasn't a main event title.
What's that?
The IC title wasn't a main event title. It only main evented a small handful of times. Main evented shows
before. Seth and Dolph had an Iron Man match for the Intercontinental title at main evented at pay-per-view.
Yeah, how many? It main evented one of the big fours.
And then SummerSlam. Yeah, and then it's main evented tons of Raws and Smackdowns.
That doesn't count. That's TV.
Oh come on, get out of here. Of course it counts.
Yeah. I'm just saying it'd be cool if they actually stuck to that friggin' thing that the video.
I agree, but I'm saying just based on how they did things, it's not going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Anthony says covering a BLM protest for work in a small town with gun-happy Texans. Wish me luck tomorrow, y'all.
Holy crap! Be careful, man. Careful out there. Oh, yeah. Let's see here.
iStream 2K has the exact quote from Stephanie. Philanthropy is the future of marketing. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Scott Hill Jr. I have a two-parter question. Braun as champion just isn't working in my opinion. Besides Otis, if you could book a dark horse to have a decent run... Oh, that felt so good. Who would it be?
Have Matt Riddle show up first match, win the title from Braun. There you go.
Oh, that's good. Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura. He also says, and with the amazing match between Bryan and Styles, do you feel that the Intercontinental Championship just got pushed above the Universal? Yeah, it's the new Workhorse Championship. It's going back to where it was.
Where was the Universal Champion on the card tonight? Main event.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, but you had the Universal Champion and the Money in the Bank guy. That's a lot of star power right there. It is weird that they did. I mean, what possible reason would they have had for doing that? I mean, was it because like AJ is a bad guy and he won?
I don't know.
Is that the reason?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. TF man, will Matt Riddle's first feud be against Sheamus over his love of pot?
No,
I don't think Sheamus.
Oh, that's funny. That's good.
I don't think Sheamus necessarily has a problem with that. I think his problem is with Jeff Hardy, and he's just trying to get at Jeff Hardy any way he can.
Didn't you listen to Sheamus's promo tonight, man? He clearly is a teetotaler.
To answer your question, no, I did not listen to Sheamus's promo because most of the time when he talks, I don't pay attention.
What a great word, teetotaler.
Yeah.
I'm a teetotaler.
Pacific State 7, what riddles will Matt tell next Friday?
Riddle me this, bro.
White Brownie 92. I forgot to ask this on the NXT review. You guys said that the NXT Women's title should be hot potatoed. So who should Io drop it to in the near future? Now that Io has it, she should have it for a good year. Keep that belt on Io.
At least. They should have Io carry that. She needs to outlast Vince, and then boom, the world is hers. We didn't talk at all about WWE apparently shuttering Evolve or buying Evolve.
Yeah. I read somewhere that Evolve had like money issues anyways, like because the cancellation on Mania weekend, they were having money issues anyways.
Yeah, this is not surprising at all.
Close up shop anyways.
Oh yeah.
The Inspector Butts. I'll ask again: is Tucky costing Otis? No, they haven't thought that far ahead.
No, because Tucky's never on TV.
Yeah, Rand Wildman.
I thought they were going to do some sort of turn tonight, but he's probably going to go back to not being on TV for a month.
Probably. Rand Wildman wants to know, Steve, did you ever find your ring for bowling to 300?
I didn't have to find it. I know where it's at. It's in my safety deposit box of the bank.
Can you do me a solid and produce that for Sunday's live stream?
No, I already have to take the championship title to your house because apparently you don't have a car. You can't drive here and get your property. So I told you.
I told you my terms. Like this, I won't do the poem. You just keep the belt until after Sunday. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't like that. You can drive 10 minutes and pick up your damn title. I got to go take it to your house now.
I honestly don't really have 10 minutes to spare during the course of this week.
Yes, you do, man. Yes, you do.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
No.
I'm
you
positive
don't know me that well.
about that.
You don't know me that well.
I'm positive about that.
Berg the Great. Workhorse doesn't mean main event. It's true.
I know. That's what I was saying. Have it go back to being the workhorse title.
Okay, you sound like you're making the argument that since it was the workhorse title, it should be main eventing.
No, I didn't. No, I was saying take it back to the days when it was the workhorse title, and you said, well, it didn't even main event tonight. I said, well, the workhorse title never really did main event, with exception. Actually, there were some exceptions.
Main evented.
What's that?
But that has been main evented several times on Raw and SmackDown, an occasional pay-per-view.
Okay, it has, and on occasion. That's not the main event title.
What was the point I was trying to make?
That was the point I made in the first place.
Yeah, whatever. Heel long. What? What? You got a bee in there, or a fly in there, like I had earlier today?
No, there's like a sound.
You sure it's just
raining outside? It was sprinkling.
It was earlier.
Sprinkling earlier today.
Yeah, it was raining here earlier.
It's a mess here. Let's wrap this up.
All right, fine.
No, you were gonna say. Go ahead and finish the question.
I lost my train of thought.
Really? Hugo Longheavy. He says, having worked in a bowling alley kitchen, I can confirm Steve has bowled at least a 300.
One Nava 3. Shouldn't the IC title have a horse on it? There we go. Put a horse on there.
Is it raining where you are?
No. That's gypsy barking.
Pretty sure it's raining out here, man. I'm only 10 minutes away from you.
Your earbuds are that bad. See, I'm not going to drive in the rain at night. It's not good for my eyes. I won't be.
Oh, my God. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Join us on Sunday for our Backlash Live reactions.
Yes,
Big Red will be on the line, and it'll be at your house. Were you outside?
Yeah. We'll see about that.
Come here. Are you wet? You're not wet. I don't think you went outside, though.
It's not raining, man.
Is it raining outside?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Bama confirmed. It's raining super hard, huh? Okay.
Wow. It's not raining here at all.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Well, maybe it's coming your way. There's a storm coming.
Oh, you're northeast of me. It's coming. It's going more towards you.
And his name
bypassing me.
Is Thunder. Oh, hi, Jip. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.